what are the scenes kind of like? How do you guys navigate that?
Well, when we get there, usually they're calmed down a little bit, but they're traumatic. Any type of use of force can be traumatic to anybody. One, somebody who's involved, somebody who sees what happened. When we get there, we always tell whomever we're talking, we're gathering the facts.
Sure.
You know, whether good or bad, it doesn't matter to us. We're a third party agency coming in to do an independent investigation. We have training involved in officer-involved shootings and deputy-involved shootings. So there's a lot of training that goes along with that. We do a lot of also public integrity cases where we might get referred a case where you know, an officer or deputy committed a crime.
Sure.
So those cases, along with the officer-involved shooting or deputy-involved shootings, they're the same. You gather the facts. Wherever the facts take you is where we go. And so, no, it isn't. I mean, you know, if somebody did, if a deputy or an officer did something wrong, they should be held accountable.
Talk about body camera video for a second. In your role, is that helpful or hurtful, or you know, how does body cam video impact the investigation?
Well, for the one you're talking about in Walton County, it was great because, I mean, it basically told you the story, and it showed, you know, verbal commands. It showed you know, the subject coming after the deputy with a knife. So that was good. Body cameras are always good to have. One of the issues is, I think the public believe that if you have a body camera on, then you're going to get what happened.
Yeah.
You're going to get the truth. And I think sometimes if the body camera is on and you don't see what happened, all of a sudden it's, well, what are they hiding? Quite often, it doesn't show you anything. It was just a mere position of where the body camera was, and when the deputy brought up his hands to engage the target, he punched out like you would normally do, but the body camera was showing the back of his hands. You don't get, or I haven't seen, you miss it more than you get it.
Either they didn't exactly see maybe what they thought they saw, or they're just not telling you the truth. How often do you run into issues with eyewitnesses on an officer-involved shooting?
Well, it goes the gambit of also the deputies or the officers involved.
Sure.
Just because you're talking about a traumatic experience. We have interviewed deputies and officers that don't know how many times they shot. We've interviewed deputies and officers who didn't know they shot.
They didn't know they shot?
They had no idea. Because when you're in the moment, your auditory functions go out the window.
What happens
sometimes.
to you when you're in this?
You just you're focused. You're focused on adrenaline. You're focused on doing your job, and sometimes you don't remember doing certain things. But those deputies, those officers, even those civilian witnesses, that doesn't mean they're not telling the truth. They just forget.
Okay.
You know, that's why we like to give the involved officer a little time, because there's studies that show their memory will come back. Cameras,
Yeah.
cell phone cameras. You know, you got these folks that are videoing, okay? A large percentage of the folks that are videoing also say, well, I saw this. Then there's that, well, I was videoing and my attention was here. So what you said you saw, was it possible that you were paying attention to this and you were confused or whatever? And a large percent of the time is, you know, they were dealing with their camera, and what they thought they saw, they didn't see.